Hi, everyone. I think quite a few of you are waiting for this session, especially the 3 brands that we will be auditing today. I'll be stepping in instead of my colleague, so it was supposed to be presented by Jonas, but it's okay. Before I dive in, let me introduce myself. I'm the founder of Z21, an e-commerce growth agency. We do 2 things, traffic and conversion, basically bringing people to the sites and converting those people who come to your site into buyers. And here you go. These are the 3 brands we'll be auditing today. We will share around 3 to 4 tips per brand. It will not be fully detailed because typically a full audit has to be done with GA, Google Analytics access. In this case, we will only be auditing some of the best practices because we don't have their access. Yeah, let's get started. The first brand is the Nest APH. I think they are based in the Philippines and they are in the mom and baby products niche. Let's get started. Here you can see this brand's homepage. This is the desktop view. It just looks like a dictionary, right? It's really difficult to browse the products. Actually, this is a very common problem that a lot of our brands face. A lot of the brands that we audit, they face the same problem. Because for a site that has lots of products, right? In this case, I think they have probably hundreds of SKUs. It is really important to understand what the top converting products are. Okay, if at first glance, I just wouldn't know which products are the best selling for this brand. We should prioritize the products accordingly. Like for example, if baby gears are the ones that sells the most and bathing and grooming, maybe we will just be showing a few categories, like 2 or 3. I will show you a sample later on what we think is a good practice. All right, because if you try to highlight everything, nothing gets highlighted. Okay, and also a feedback on this is this takes up such a big portion of the homepage, like maybe 40%. It's pretty big. Okay, we recommend that the menu bar be organized and categorized with visuals. Again, I will show you next. This is a menu bar that we have developed for machines and Apple Premium Reseller in Malaysia. So you could categorize your products like this. Yeah, I think I've shared this in our CRO session a few days ago. Yep. So with a few products, I think Qualesa does this pretty well. Later we will also show it. Yeah.
Can I just interrupt for 1 second? So we have Joyson from the Nest also on the call. So she's sharing screen. So if you feel like you want to ask any follow-up questions on this while keeping it brief, feel free to do so. But yeah.
Yep. I'll continue. Here on the mobile view, this is also on the homepage. So we typically see that the homepage is one of the most important pages in any brand. Okay, so please put more attention and effort into optimizing your homepage. Here, the biggest problem is there's just no clear call to action. Like there are 3 pictures here, and I have no idea where I will be brought after clicking on them. For example, Kids Fun Fest, I understand the promo code, I can see the duration, I can see the website CTA. I believe this is an ad visual that is just pasted on the homepage without any editing. And when I try clicking on this page, I get brought to the collection page. Okay, probably the CTA could have been done better, right? If I'm already on your site, I don't need to know your domain name again. Okay, if I can just have a button called Browse Collection or View Now, something like that. Okay, on the top right, we have this visit the Nest San Juan. I think it is a place in the Philippines. After clicking, I get brought to the Google search page. Okay, if you want to do this, first make the CTA clearer. Okay, I wouldn't know that this visual is clickable. And second, maybe you want to bring people to the Google Maps app instead of the search page. All right, so this page just looks a bit more it actually comes to me as pretty random, like the link destinations are a little bit of everywhere. Okay, I want to share an insight with you. So majority of the traffic we see they would actually flow through the hero banners. So the hero banner is the homepage. Okay, typically it is the largest visual on the entire site. Right. In this site, I'm just having a difficulty and having a hard time identifying what is the hero banner. So maybe this is something that you guys can look into. On the next page, we want to analyze the category page. So Shopify calls it the collection page. Essentially, it's a page where you see lots of products. I think the first feedback we can give is the product images. They look a little bit like stock photos. Not sure if it's by design or it just looks edited that way. And it doesn't take up a big portion of the frame. You can see the frame is so big. The photo is like half of it. Okay, I think all the images can be optimized. This looks a little bit like a dropshipping site. I'm not sure if you guys are dropshipping, but it doesn't look like a brand site. Okay, this is one of the largest trust factors. I think Nona shared this in a few days ago, the e-commerce brand visuals, right? How they can be done. Right, the current product images could use some beautifying to a more modern and professional looking style to improve trust from the parents so that they know by seeing the image that these products are of good quality. Yep. The second insight I want to share on is the floating elements. So you can see there's a star here, there's a arrow here, and there's a loyalty program here. So it's just a lot of the overlapping elements that could be a bit distracting. So if you were to run a CRO test, remember if I shared a few days ago, essentially we want to split the traffic into half. Half of the people visiting the collection page would see the current structure. The other half, maybe want to try removing a few things. Like for example, the loyalty program. Let's say we want to try removing it. Could it help users browse through the site even better? Okay, that's the purpose of the collection page, right? It is to browse through products instead of understanding more about your loyalty program. All right. The second insight is the review star. Right now, I have no idea where it will bring me. So if I click, I think the destination is very unclear. Okay, then it will be very important to improve the button with some indication that it is about the reviews. Okay, I know this is the review because I tried clicking on it. I think many people wouldn't even click on it. Okay, and I think the placement can be improved by placing it at the bottom right so users could reach it very easily. Okay, one more insight I can share on the loyalty program is majority of the brands, they have this kind of loyalty program in an attempt to improve the lifetime value. But in most of the cases we see, the loyalty program usage is actually very low. So you could try looking into your loyalty program to see if anyone is using it at all. If it's not, maybe removing it could be a better choice. Yeah, we have removed it in the past for some brands and it has improved performance because it's just less distraction, less understanding, less time that the customer needs to spend on your brand to really understand what you sell. Okay, and the last insight would be filters. So especially for this kind of general store, multi-SKU store, it would be great to have some filters such as sizes, colors, and categories. If you have any question, feel free to hop in. Otherwise, I will proceed. Next, I will talk about the product page. Sorry, I forgot to change the name here. So I want you to look at the call to action here. There's add to cart, add to wish list, buy it now, add to registry, share. I think this is one of the most extreme examples I've seen that has too many CTAs. So CTA stands for the call to action button. So I think things should be clearer, right? As users travel through the funnel. Don't expect your customers to spend too much time trying to understand your UI UX, trying to understand your interface. All right. Otherwise, you will confuse users and potentially they will drop off from your purchasing journey. One insight that I will share on the wish list feature, especially add to wish list. We see that the usage on brand.com, the wish list usage is usually incredibly low. You'll be surprised by how low it is. So I recommend that you look into your Google Analytics and tag the button to see whether people are actually interacting with the button. Wish list, in our experience, is only useful for marketplaces like Amazon, Shopee, Lazada. But for brand.com, I think most people will just add to cart if they want it. Yeah, I'm actually unclear I actually don't understand what is add to registry, so I'll just skip this button. Any questions about the first brand? Otherwise, I'll jump to the second one. Looks like you're clear.
All clear.
The next one, yep, Frankie.
No, just checking. Any questions about that? If not, we're gonna hop to the next. And for any brand involved, I've asked to have one representative from the company. If you want to just make any comments, ask any questions, please do. Otherwise, we'll let Daryl just run with the show.
Yep. The next brand I'll be covering is Qualesa. So they are a sustainable fashion company based in Malaysia. I believe Arif is here. This is the homepage. This is what I was referring to as the hero banner. I think this brand does it pretty well. The hero banner is very clear. All right. I want to touch on the same issue that the Nest was facing earlier. Navigation flow. So if you realize there are two hero banners. So the first and the second. Okay, you can see there are two tabs here. Shop Now button actually links people to a different site. You can see Shop Now to the first hero banner. If I click on the Shop Now button, I get brought to Shop All. The second hero banner, if I click on the Shop Now button, I get brought to collection/batik tribute polos. I think new customers or especially new visitors probably do not understand the differences between these two pages. So I think it is better to just focus on your best converting products. As we shared earlier, if you try to highlight everything, you end up highlighting nothing. So why not just try to highlight your best selling products or your newest arrival? Just one thing is enough. Okay, you can actually change the CTA as well if you insist on having these two collections on your hero banners. So the first one will be Shop All and the second one will be Shop Batik Tribute. So it's incredibly easy to understand. The next observation we have is the email opt-in banner. I think it is too small. I have quite a lot of trouble understanding, quite a lot of trouble reading the words inside. So I think you can resize it for mobile. Yep. And I actually noticed that the next time I came to the website, it has been resized. So I'm not sure if this is a bug or you guys just resized it recently. Next, this is also on the homepage, styled by you. The carousel images are not clickable. Okay, I think this is a wasted opportunity. Simply adding a Shop Now button to what the model is wearing could be very useful. So this is something you can consider. Next would be the menu. So just now for the Nest, we were sharing on the desktop version of the menu, right? Over here, we will talk about the mobile version of the menu. So we call it the burger menu, the 3 lines. Once you expand it, this is the what you will see. So as a user, once I click the burger menu, I have to understand how the menu button clicks. Okay, and I have to understand how to use the buttons. You can see some of the Shop All button is there's no plus. Men, women, and discover there's a plus, and golf there's no plus. So maybe it would be better to either standardize or, as we suggest here, optimization. You guys should automatically expand your men and women collections. Yep. I think people tend to spend less time trying to figure things out if they see the visuals. So if I just see these visuals, I know what you're trying to sell. Okay. One thing that is worth looking into is how many % of your users are clicking on which buttons. Okay, because you guys actually split by gender, right? Men and women. I think fashion is very important to split by gender. Typically, we will also have one tab for promotions. So for any promos that you're running, it can be evergreen promos, it can be time-sensitive promos. Yep, and there's a sport-related button as well. It's called golf. I'm not sure how many people will actually click on this. Yeah, given there is only one selection, right? I've actually seen your ads before. You have tennis videos as well. Why isn't there a tennis page? And you can actually categorize them all as sports, and I can just expand if I want to. Next would be search optimization. So if I click the search tab on the left, this is what I will see. Okay. So I think you can look into how often the search bar is used. Typically for brands with very few SKUs like yours, it might be better to just disable search entirely. Yep. But of course, we have to do a CRO test to validate that. Yeah. And keywords used by new and returning users. This is something that is worth looking into as well. Is there a difference? Like maybe the first time people come into a site, they do not know what to search, but the second time they come, they know now, like I will search batik. Okay. And you can also investigate the conversion rate with and without search. So if you set up your invest properly, you can actually see these insights on Google Analytics to determine whether the search bar is worth keeping. Right. A recommendation that we have that you don't need to test, you can just implement immediately, is just pre-fill the text. So instead of asking what are you looking for, maybe you can pre-fill it with batik, tribute, polo, which is I assume is your best-selling product. All right. And the second recommendation is include a recommendation engine in the menu to show popular products. So here, popular. Yeah, this is actually not part of the site. It is our mockup. Yeah. Moving on, we will be talking about the category page again. So especially for fashion, right? The category page is just so important. First of all, I'll talk about the action trigger announcement bar. So up here, check out today for free shipping. Maybe you want to have something that is more intentional to drive action. Like for example, if you say limited product, selling fast, newly in. So in short, you can run CRO tests to determine what is the best text to fit up here. Okay. The second part would be your filters. We noticed that you also have the alphabetical and chronological sorting. Usually we remove that. Not many people will browse by A to Z and Z to A. All right. We understand that this is a default Shopify filter option. Yeah, but for clients that we do run CRO on, we actually try to remove that. Yeah. The last thing, I think this is one of the easiest to implement, product visibility. If you notice this on the mobile view, only my bottom 5% of the screen, I'm barely able to see a little bit of the product. So I think you guys could optimize your pictures. So at least show 2 products plus half of the next 2 products. So people know that this page is scrollable. All right, I think you can actually combine these 2 pictures together. Tana capsule pieces selling out fast occurs today. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can combine these 2 pictures together. Any questions before we move on to Oribex? I think no.
Going once, going twice. Oh yeah, there's a question in the chat actually, which came out from while you were sharing. So online shop Sports Central says, should we feature one hero banner? What is the industry practice in terms of length of placement, airtime before it changes? So if we're thinking about the hero banner, should we have one that switches? How long should it switch? What's the best practice there?
The short answer is there is no one size fits all. But what I can show you, let me just get out of my slide. This is my first time getting out. In this example, this is one of the stores built by us. This is the mobile view, right, of the banner. If you notice, it's horizontal. But upon switching to mobile, the banner actually switches to vertical. So this answers the first part of your question, which is what size should it be? So we typically prefer it to be vertical for mobile and horizontal for desktop. Yeah, that's one of the winning combinations that we found. I think the length, again, there's no one size fits all, but as long as you can show what's down here and indicate that your site is actually scrollable. This is not the entire homepage, right? It has to be scrollable. Length of time. I think if you're talking about length of time, is one of the, it's not the low-hanging fruit anymore. I think it would be a very low impact test to run. I don't think it matters that much. Yeah, you can just leave it on the default.
I'm just counting it. It sounds like 6 seconds right now on this
Yeah,
site.
I think
I don't know
just,
if that's intentional.
yeah. Don't think it's very nice.
Oh, length of time. So is that like, I think in terms of like how long you keep the same banner.
Oh, I think it just depends
Mm.
on how often your brand has campaigns or product launches. I don't think it matters, honestly. Yeah, but if your site doesn't move for many months, then that would be a red flag. Yeah, as long as you change it at least monthly, I would say. Yeah, like because this is a 10/10 promo, right? Like for example, 10/10 starts at 12 a.m. This banner will be irrelevant on the 11th of October. Okay, so it wouldn't be good to list something that's expired on the site. Does it answer your question? Is our changing banner custom coded? I don't know. I didn't develop the site. Our team did. I can ask them later.
I think you can actually define the banner timing, right? Unless you mean changing banner is the format size, horizontal or vertical, then I feel that is most likely a custom.
I think it also depends on what theme you use. Shopify free library of themes probably do not have that many features, so you guys can browse around for some popular themes to purchase. Yeah, a lot of the features do not need to be developed from scratch. Yeah. All right, the last brand I'll be talking about would be Ori Bags. So it is also based in Malaysia, and they are in the bags and accessories niche. This is the homepage of Ori Bags. Okay, looks great. They have a hero banner. Something we realized is Ori Bags made their search bar very apparent. Okay, it's one of the clearest ones, as if the brand really wants me to search something. So I'm not sure if this is by design or it just happens to be there. So something that we will look into at your Google Analytics is conversion after search. So you should look at people who have searched something versus people who have not searched something and see whether there's a difference in conversion. Okay, because I'm not sure, because majority of the brands we see, very few brands actually pull off their search really well. All right, and try to understand the search terms. Right now, it just says search ... Not sure if you want to autofill it to, I don't know, laptop holder, backpacks. You can actually use a suggestive search as we proposed in the slides earlier for Qualisa.
So what Ori Bags had just mentioned is, I think part of the rationale is they have over 2,000 products.
Yep, it will still be worth your time to look into GA behavior to see whether it is actually helpful. Yeah. The second part would be it is challenging for mobile users to search for desired products. So this is the reason we want to see the conversion rate, right? If the conversion rate after search is great, then keep it. Okay. Optimization, yeah, as I said, we would suggest having suggestive text. Yeah. If you want, you can actually show popular products like what we showed in Qualisa earlier. Here on the right. Yeah, I think that would be great as well. Okay, next. CTA button. Something we realized is Ori Bags has amazing looking hero banners. So as I said earlier, hero banners is one of the most important parts of the websites. The problem here is there's no CTA. Okay, I would have to guess if the image is clickable, and I would have to guess where it brings me. I think you could have a CTA like shop all Belroy products or like shop Belroy. So I know that I'll be brought to the Belroy collection page, right? Okay, and hero banner click rate. Yeah, this is something that we can look into in your GA, and A/B tests should be carried out to understand the pattern better. So what we're trying to say here is, you are featuring Belroy, but is there another collection, or because you guys are featuring the brand, right? There are different browsing behaviors. Maybe I'm someone who wants to buy based on categories. So I just want a backpack, or I just want a laptop carrier. So yeah, I think that can be A/B tested. Click rate of different banner size. Yeah, I think someone asked this question earlier. As we said, it's not one size fits all, right? Sometimes we have to try and make it shorter, making it longer to see whether it converts better. Yeah, that's the point of CRO. Yeah. Optimization, clearer CTA. I think it will reduce the bounce rate from your homepage if people know what they're doing on their site. The next thing would be the navigation menu. So we will still be showing the mobile version of your navigation. Something that I love, right? I think this brand owner, Oribex is here. Yeah, I think you have OCD, right? Everything is categorized very well. Not to say it's a bad thing, but I think maybe you can try to yeah, you're laughing. You have OCD for sure. Yeah, maybe you can try to show your most popular brands. Maybe you can pre-expand the popular brands tab. I doubt many people would actually, browse by brands A to G, H to N. Yeah, I would have used the search function if there's really something that I really want. Yeah. Okay. And something that's worth looking into as well is what is the key product that will convert a user into a recurring user. So something that can keep people coming to the website again and again. Yeah. Or something that after someone buys, they will come to your website and buy again and again. Because the struggle of brands like you that has way too many SKUs, is you just do not know what to highlight. It's quite a struggle for many brands. Any questions?